just had to switch screens. All right. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Michael Hawley. I'm W4MCA. I am actually the general chairman for Orlando HamCation. Little background for people that don't know that's viewing today or tonight. What is HamCation? HamCation is the second largest ham radio trade show and gathering in the world, located at the Central Florida Fairgrounds and Expo Park in Orlando, Florida. The fairgrounds sits on an 87-acre lakefront property with over 64,000 square foot of indoor AC'd exhibitor space. HamCation has over 100 commercial vendors each year offering a wide variety of radios, antennas, accessories, test equipment, tools, software, and books. We also have over 250 indoor swap tables. We have over 300 tailgaters selling items outside. A lot of people call that the boneyard at other hamfests. We call it tailgaters. HamCation is the only hamfest that can host over 200 RVs with power and water hookups on property. Some hamfests can host RVs, but we're lucky enough to actually be able to host over 200 of them at one time. And every year we host over 30 forums on various amateur radio topics. Every year ARL does several of them. We have public safety forums. We have vendors doing forums. Whole bunch of stuff. Next, let's just go through a little history of HamCation. The first recorded hamfest organized by the club was held at Rock Springs on August 15th, 1946. To let everybody know, Rock Springs is probably a small little area in Apopka outside of Orlando. Very little springs. So I can only imagine back in 1946 what it would be like to travel to it. Then in the 60s marked a new era of hamfesting in Orlando. On April 23rd, 1960, the club held its first hamfest in a hotel. The site was the old Cherry Plaza Hotel at Eola Park and was billed as an old-fashioned hamfest with new ideas. Hamfests were held each year, succeeding year at Cherry Plaza until 1968. The club moved the event to Statler Hilton on West Colonial, which is actually right down the street from the current Central Florida Fairgrounds, or was right down the street. In the years that followed, HamFest moved to Howard Johnson's Plaza, then to the Expo Hall, and then to the new Sheraton Twin Towers in 1976. We stayed there until 1981. Then we moved to the show for 1 year in 1982 to the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Then in 1983, HamCation moved the Expo Center, where it called home until 1988. Then for 89 and 90, the shows were held at the Orange County Convention Center. Back then, the convention center was very small and very cheap to use, so that's one reason why it was done back then. So then in 91, we moved the show back to the Central Florida Fairgrounds, where it has been since. When we start the show, actually in 2022, it will be our 31st year at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. So each year, we've seen bigger and better HamFest. From the first HamFest at Rock Springs in 46, the Orlando HamCation has grown to an annual event attended by thousands from all around the world. All right, now we'll go into HamCation Special Edition, what we're actually doing for this year since we have postponed HamCation, our 75th anniversary, and it would have been the ARL National Convention this year. So we actually named it HamCation Special Edition. This year was the first year we've actually went out and asked for sponsors for HamCation. HamCation has only ever been sponsored by Orlando Amateur Radio Club. But this year, to try to get some extra funds in for donations, we've decided to go out and get sponsors, and Icon become a platinum sponsor. Gigaparts, everybody should know them. They become a gold sponsor. And TN07 Engineering actually become a bronze sponsor. All right, some things we're going to overview tonight. We're going to go over the webinars, the HamCation CQ Party. We are actually holding testing at the fairgrounds. We'll go over the wonderful prizes all of our vendors have donated, how to get prize tickets, and some merchandise we got for sale. First up, everybody pretty much should know what a webinar is by now. All these Zoom meetings and webinars that's going on online from everything being canceled in person. We have some great, unique webinars lined up for you this year. February 13th to 14th, 2021, from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and that will be Eastern Standard Time. We have divided into 4 categories: vendors, technology, contesting, and youth. You must register to attend a webinar. We are using the Zoom platform, so it's very similar to the meeting that we're using now, other than there's a couple different options for Q&A type of stuff. So to let everybody know also, all webinars will also be live streamed to YouTube. So if for some reason you don't register, you can watch it live on YouTube. Or if, let's say, you got 4 different webinars you want to watch at one time, you're not able to, you can go back and go to the YouTube channel and watch the webinar at your own convenience anytime you want to. And now the great news, all the webinars are free to attend. There is no charge to attend a webinar. And right below is the link to get to the webinars on the HamCation website. And what we'll do for questions, I don't know how y'all usually do it, but once I get done with each section, we can probably do questions at that point instead of having a whole bunch of them at the end. We can do them in sections. Pretty much, does anybody have any questions on webinars right now? As we're waiting to get some, these are some of the webinars we're hosting. This isn't all of them. Under the vendor track, you have your vendors: ICOM, Yaesu, Flex, ARL, Elecraft, DX Engineering. There's a lot more than that. That's just some of them. Technology, if you're into D-Star is going to be doing them. Tapper is actually going to be doing some. There's a huge SDR one under technology right now, is really drawing a lot of people to it. I do know a lot of people, if you know who Joe Eisenberg is, he will be doing a kit building one and a 3D printing webinar. It's a 3D printing and amateur radio, which has drawn a lot of people. AMSAT is also doing one. For cons testing, you got your state QSO parties doing one. WRTC 2022 that will be in Italy is doing one. Tim Duffy is doing one on his K3LR station. Ward Silver is actually doing one on small station bang for your buck. There's one on remote contesting and DXing. And there's actually one on a contesting and DXing from the Caribbean. And then, of course, we have our youth presentations, trying to get youth into amateur radio. Carol Perry is doing her Educator one. Yoda is actually doing one for their upcoming 2021 event. Jamboree on the Air with the Boy Scouts is actually doing one. We have one for amateur radio in space. There's actually one on CW, how to teach CW to the youth, and one on how to grow youth involvement in your club. Yes.
Just go back for a second to your webinar. I just want to add one thing. Under the vendor, Michael did mention the ARL is doing 2 different forums. One is a membership forum. The other one is on Aries. So if you are interested in Aries race, or I'm sorry, Aries, then the new ARL emergency manager is supposed to be there also. He make sure you register for that one also. But there's going to be the membership form as what normally happens at HamCation, and plus the webinar for Aries.
All right. And just to let Mitch know, I did get your message. I'll answer it when I'm done with the presentation. All right. Now we'll go to the HamCation CQ Party. Since the 2021 Orlando HamCation had been postponed, Orlando Amateur Radio Club and the Orlando HamCation Committee has created a fun way for people to celebrate HamCation experience over the air with the HamCation CQ Party. So anybody can participate anywhere you are. We want to replicate the camaraderie and social experience of attending HamCation and have fun on the radio since we cannot attend HamCation 2021 in person. The CQ Party will be February 13th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Everyone that participates will actually be able to download a certificate that shows they participated in the event. Only thing you have to do, you have to post all your scores to 3830scores.com within the permitted time. Plaques will also be issued for the winner in each category. The categories are going to be high power, low power QRP. We're going to be using CW and single sideband. Bands are 10, 15, 20, 40, and 80. And anybody can work anybody. Now here's the addition to it that's going to make it a little more fun. You can add 100 bonus points to your final score for spelling out HamCation using 9 special event 1x1 call signs. You may work the bonus call signs on any band or any combination of bands. You must work all 9 unique 1x1 call signs to spell out HamCation. The bonus stations are K4H, W4A, K4M, W4C, N4A, K4T, W4I, K4O, and W4N. And once you do it, if you notice the last row spells out HamCation. So that's an extra bonus you get. And if you only want to contact the 9 special event stations and not do the actual CQ part, you can do that, and you can still submit your score to contact all 9 of them to 3830scores.com, and you will get a secondary certificate saying that you contacted all 9 of the special event stations for HamCation. Any questions on the special event station or CQ Party?
Pretty quiet bunch out there.
Yeah, there is. I must be answering everybody's questions pretty good. So I'm pretty sure some will come up sooner or later. So we'll keep right along here. Testing. One thing that here in Central Florida, our Orlando Amateur Radio Club has not been able to hold a meeting since March of last year. So it's almost been a year. And here in Central Florida, there has been hardly any testing done since then. So almost on a weekly basis, we get 3 to 4 people every week asking how to take an amateur radio test. Are they being done online? Such and such. So since we had the ability to do it, we decided to hold actual amateur radio exams in person at the fairgrounds during the HamCation Special Edition. It will be in the North Building for anybody that's been to HamCation. This is the building that has the prize barrel in it. It will be Sunday, February 14th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You have to register to attend. more than anything, it's for a count to know social distancing, time you're coming, stuff like that. All the info is on the website to register. We will have COVID-19 requirements. You must always wear a mask while inside the building. All participants will be spaced at least 6 foot apart. All tables, chairs, materials will be sterilized in between each person testing. All VEs will be wearing masks and will be conducting temperature checks at the door. So please, if you know anybody that has been asking for an amateur radio license in the Central Florida area, needs to upgrade their license to general or extra, here's the chance to do it. It is free of charge. This could be one of the last testing sessions that will be free of charge before they implement the $35 fee. So here's your chance to come out and actually take a test.
Will you be able to take multiple tests?
Yes, you can take, if you want to come in and do, start at technician, you can take tech, general, and extra all at the same time.
Okay, great.
Any other questions? All right. Merchandise. We have partnered with Gold Medal Ideas, which is one of our vendors at HamCation, for merchandise. They have merchandise at the link below, cups, mugs, sweaters, sweatshirts, different stuff with the HamCation Special Edition logo on it. So please help out the vendor. They haven't been going to any HamFest lately. So they're relying everything online. So this is a way we figured we could help out one of our vendors and for them to try to make a living. All right. Other thing we're doing for HamCation is a HamCation limited edition lanyard. The purchase of your 2021 HamCation Special Edition lanyard while supplies last for a $8 donation, which includes shipping, you can be wearing the best looking lanyard for 2021. Just to give you a little background of something we do and what this money is going toward. Each year, HamCation volunteers donate their hours to a 501c3 organization of their choice. This includes neighboring ham radio clubs. After the 2021 Orlando HamCation donated more than $15,000 to these organizations and clubs. Because of the cancellation of our 2021 show in person, we are looking to raise money to help support our ongoing programs and donations to these clubs and organizations. To let everybody know, all proceeds from the sales of the lanyards will go back to the clubs for these donations. OARC or HamCation is not keeping any of the money for it, so it will be put back out in donations. So please, everybody loves lanyards. This is the only way you'll ever get this lanyard. They will not be given out like we have in the past when we have lanyards left over. So there's only a certain limited quantity of them. So please order your lanyard and help out some local clubs here in Florida. All right. Now what everybody always wants when they come to HamCation is the prizes. We do have a Saturday and Sunday grand prize. The Saturday prize is a FT 991A, which was donated by Ham Radio Outlet. The Sunday grand prize is donated by one of our sponsors, ICOM. It is actually the new IC 705 radio. Great for Aries work. It's a portable radio. I know Parks on the Air loves it, so it could be a good prize. Here are some of the other great prizes that were donated. We have an IC 9700 ARL antenna book. If you are looking for some merchandise, there's some gift certificates on there for 25 off the merchandise store. There's some soldering kit bundles, ARL gift certificates. We have an IC 7300. Alpha Antenna donated a $100 gift certificate. We have an 8-band W2IHY audio equalizer. Bino Power actually giving away a battery. Thumb DV has some stuff. West Mountain Radio did a rig runner. I do know one of the new sponsors that we just took on, Gigaparts, just donated a whole bunch of handhelds, different ones, and a hotspot. So those are actually on the website already. So if you go to the link below, you can look at all the prizes, and we update it as we get prizes in. And I do know we are still due to have more prizes coming in here soon. So please check that out. Prize tickets and drawings. Here's the question everybody's asking. There are 2 ways you can get prize tickets. One, when you register and attend a webinar. And 2, purchase prize tickets. When you attend at least one webinar, you will get 1 entry into the prize drawing. Just to let everybody know, you do not get an entry for every webinar you attend. Then for a $5 donation per ticket, you can purchase prize tickets. This money is, the donation for the prize tickets is actually going back to the clubs also. We are not keeping none of this money. This is, again, we donated more than $15,000 to local clubs. And this is how we're trying to collect money to give back to these clubs. The prize drawings will occur February 13th, and we're going to do them every hour in between the webinars. So 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. And then February 14th, we're going to do the same times, just like you would be at HamCation, how we do hourly prize drawings. We're going to do the same thing. Now, the good news is, unlike HamCation, you don't have to be present to win. All prizes will be drawn once. Ever what ticket we draw, we will ship the prize to the winner. Sales will end February 12th, 2021 at 11:59:59. And we will be doing live prize drawing every hour via our Facebook Live. If you go to Facebook.com/HamCation, we will be doing the live drawings there every hour. We will have the prize barrel set up at the fairgrounds. And we will be actually drawing prize tickets just like we would during HamCation. Any questions on prizes? All right. So the last thing I have is that's pretty much everything for the 2021 show. As we said in the past, 2021 was going to be our 75th edition, and it was going to be the ARL National Convention. We'll jump ahead now to 2022. To let everybody know, 2022 will actually be our new 75th anniversary of Orlando HamCation, and we will also be hosting the ARL National Convention. Wow, I just found a typo. My first one.
Mike?
Yeah.
So I've asked the question about how you do the live streaming before you go into 2022.
Yeah. The platform is actually set up with Zoom already to do it. You have to set up a YouTube account, and then there's a way to link it to Zoom on the back end for the webinar platform. Our club also does our OARC meetings to YouTube also live. So it's could be done. You can do this live to YouTube channel also if you want. It's fairly simple to do.
So this is built into Zoom. In other words, I have the Zoom account and I have a YouTube account. It's
Yes.
in there to already do that. Okay, good.
So,
Someone wants to know, how do you purchase tickets for the drawings?
How do you purchase them?
Yeah.
If you go to this address right here at the bottom, hamcation.com/hamcation-tickets, it will take you to a link and it will go to the website. You can purchase ever how many you want right there.
Okay.
All right, back to 2022. Just like I said, Orlando HamCation in 2022, it will be our 75th edition of Orlando HamCation, and we are hosting the ARL National Convention. So both of those items got moved from 2021 to 2022. Just to let everybody know, our attendance in 2020 was 24,200 people all 3 days. The dates for 2022 will be February 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Yes, it's 4 days. The reason why February 10th, the ARRL will be doing a full day of national convention programming and training sessions is scheduled to happen on that Thursday, February 10th. ARL will be putting out more info about these training tracks they're going to be doing and how to register and all of that coming up here soon. But 2022 is scheduled to happen. We've already signed a contract with the fairgrounds. And to let everybody know, by March 1st of this year, our website will be live for 2022. So on March 1st, you can go buy your tickets. You can buy your swap tables, your commercial vendor tables. You can buy your tailgate, your RV. You can buy everything for anybody that admission tickets for anybody that volunteers for 2022. They can go ahead and sign up at that point. So our website will be 100% open by March 1st for 2022. So, and that's all I have. I'm open to discussion, questions, anything like that at that point.
Like I said, this is a pretty quiet bunch.
One of two things. One, everybody's sleeping, or two, I answered everybody's questions.
Probably number two.
Did you send the presentation to Dan so we could post it, because it has links on there that people are going?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Barry. I was going to ask him that. Like I said in the email I sent to you guys, many people watch the videos from this thing. We send right out after the meetings, and they get reposted and so forth. From everything we can see, we're hitting about a couple thousand a week. So between our live stuff here and the follow-ups.
One of the interesting things about Orlando is they've expanded the parking. At least they did expand the parking. I'm sure that's going to continue. There's plenty of parking. You don't have to walk a long way. If you do have a problem, they have carts going all around the fairgrounds to pick people up and take people to places. So it's very accessible. And even if it rains a little bit, the parking is still on good solid ground.
Also, if you need a scooter, we do have scooter rentals available.
Yep.
So there's ways to get around.
Yep. And if you've never been there, it's worthwhile to go at least once. And if you bring family, of course, it's Orlando. So you have theme parks all over the place to keep your family occupied, while the hams keep themselves occupied at the fairground.
Yeah, that's one reason HamCation got the name. Ham, of course, for ham radio. The cation part for vacation. What's a better place to vacation than Orlando, Florida?
Right.
You got all your theme parks. You got beaches. We're surrounded by water on 3 sides. Yeah. And there's plenty of stuff to do. There's great shopping malls locally. There's lots of stuff to do in Orlando for any age, basically.
and there's lots of places to stay that are
Yep.
really cheap.
And you can escape from the snow.
That's right. Now for everybody, we are here in Florida right now. We are in the 40s, which is a little unusual, and we're supposed to have a freeze tonight here in Orlando. So, but other than that, usually it's not that cold.
As we had an email today from a gentleman in North Dakota, he said he'd much rather be in Florida right now than up in North Dakota because of the snow situation.
Well, I say one thing about you guys on the East Coast. When you have weather, you know how to have weather. It doesn't matter if it's a snowstorm or tornado or what. you know how to do it.
Well, it has snowed in Orlando. We do get flurries every 15, 20 years or so for a few minutes, but it doesn't stick. So that's why we always promise people that when you come down here in February, we guarantee we will not have more than an eighth of an inch of snow on the ground ever, because it will never stick. And two is we'll have more than an eighth of an inch of sand. So we are Florida.
Well, we are looking forward to having everybody attend a special edition this year, and hopefully everybody here will be able to attend HamCation in 2022, and we get to see everybody in person. And I can say right now, come March, there'll be a couple big announcements about some new things we will be doing for 2022. So keep your eyes and ears peeled to the website and our social media for some press releases about that.
I think you're going to have a lot of people doing that. And I'll comment again, while being in person is really great, what we all want and need, this online stuff has given us a different way of looking at things, doing things, gives you guys a chance to do something. And it sounds like there's going to be a lot of fun somethings coming right up.
Michael, what's your best guess of how many people you expect to go to the online?
For the webinars right now, we have probably, I think we have almost 40 of them scheduled. And I would say right now we've probably got around 4,000 to 5,000 people signed up currently. That's over all of them. I mean, some of them have more, some of them have less. But what I am learning within the last week and probably this week, it's going to really ramp up because people know more of what they're doing at this point to attend them. So last week we really started getting a lot of them per day for them. Plus our public relations person's been putting out stuff on social media, and people's been signing up also from that. Plus ARL's put out some stuff about it. So every little PR works, and every time I get on shows like this and do different ones, right now I'm getting emails popping up from people buying stuff. So I'm pretty sure some of this is probably people listening now. I haven't looked at names on them, but I'm getting emails constantly right now. So
one other thing that the ARL is going to be doing the weekend of HamCation, they will actually be putting some posting some videos on their social media links and about HamCation and ARL and some messages and stuff. So watch for those also.
You guys have the Zoom business account where you can put 1,000 people in a meeting?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have that limit of 100.
No. And for the webinars, it's a little different. They're a little different than the meeting side, but same thing. We're not limited by how many people we can host for a webinar either. Oscar has his hand up.
Oscar.
Yeah. Do you have any names of important characters coming into those meetings? Probably that would bring more people to attending, to make a list of the important people that comes into your webinar.
I can give you one right off the top of my head that I noticed. Craig Fugate, former FEMA director, is actually registered for the Aries webinar.
And what about the from the ARL Big Shots? Do you have any of those?
I do
You
know
mentioned Paul Gilbert's, but
the new CEO will be in the one for ARL. The new emergency manager will be doing the Aries one. I believe also in the other one, the president will be in there also. It's almost just like attending HamCation. You'll have the higher ups in ARL there, and they will be answering questions. So, which would be good.
Tim Duffy is going to be presenting his phenomenal.
Tim Duffy, Ward Silver. He writes a lot of books for ARL. He's doing a presentation. There's, like I said, Joe Eisenberg's doing 2 of them. I believe some people in here might know her, Michelle Thompson, with Open Research is doing some.
Carol Perry.
those are really highlights, and you should use it as PR as well.
So
Definitely.
Anyone who's ever seen Carol Perry present, she runs an absolutely phenomenal program every year. And every year she gets better too.
yeah,
She does.
and she has a youth with her presenting at this one also. So one of her youths is actually going to do a presentation also.
Michael, did you mention the Carol Perry Award winner?
Oh, no, I did not. One thing we did decide to do this year is we do give out an award. It's the Carol Perry Educator of the Year Award. Oscar knows about it because he was at the awards dinner last couple of years. So the winner this year was actually Neil Rapp with, he does Ham Talk Live. I'm pretty sure most people's heard of him. He was actually the winner of that. And I can tell you, since we're in here, there will be a new award for next year. And I'll go ahead and announce it here. It will be the HamCation Volunteer of the Year Award. So it will go out to somebody that volunteers their time for amateur radio, either in Aries, school stuff, races, ARL. We'll have more info coming out in March when everything goes live of all the
2022.
particulars of the award, how to nominate people, what we're looking for, stuff like that. But it's pretty much Volunteer of the Year award. So I know a lot of people in here should be interested in that award and nominating people for it. And I can tell you, Oscar can test to this, that when you come to the awards dinner, it will blow you away.
It does.
So,
Any questions?
Yeah, I'm looking around here. Any questions? Any answers? Any comments?
what format do you want the presentation in, Dan?
I'll be putting it out on PDF if you want to send it that direction. That might make
Okay,
it.
I can do that.
Okay, cool. Well, this is a little shorter than usual. We can open it up for just general conversation regarding the ham carnations you would like. Anybody got any comments or whatever?
I have a quick question for everybody. Is anybody else that's in the audience tonight involved in any type of ham fest, maybe a small ham fest in your area, or even a large ham fest? Doesn't matter.
I'm the general chairman of HamCon, which is a small little ham fest in Vermont. But we're hoping it to be a little bigger ham fest because we're going to be online. And we don't have to hear people belly aching about how hard it is to get up here in snow country. and that will be on February 27th. And basically, we're doing the same kind of stuff. We're just a one-day event, but what we are doing is we're going to have a flea market. Of course, this depends on people wanting to spread their stuff out on a table and put a camera on. But it'll give the opportunity for people to look at stuff or make jokes about stuff that they used to own appearing in the flea market. And what we hope to is really emphasize the meet and greet aspect of the HamFest, because that's what I keep hearing over and over. People want to get out and talk to one another. You can't do that as much in a webinar, so we hope the people go into the rooms and actually just say hello without the hugging and kissing.
All right, my point was too, I want to invite everybody or anybody that is involved with a amateur radio HamFest, large, small, medium, it doesn't matter, to contact us. And the reason why is because HamCation, HamVention, Huntsville, we all work together very closely on promoting our events, discussing best practices. And also we've taken some other smaller HamFest up under our wings, if you will, and provided them with a lot of information on how they could do things to improve their HamFest. We do have, I don't know if you guys are on Facebook or not, but we do have a Facebook group that is all about the HamFest organizers. We can get you set up in that if you're on Facebook. If not, we can communicate with you guys by email. We don't hold back any secrets from anybody. You have questions, we answer them, because we're all in this for the same exact reason. We want to promote amateur radio. We want to promote, obviously, a fundraiser of some sort for your own club or organization. So, you know, please, we want to share our ideas with you guys, but obviously we need to communicate with each other either by email or Facebook or whatever the case might be. But it's open to anybody. So please take that offer and let us know what we can do to help you.
Thank you. I'll be sending this video out and everything to a lot of those same people you're talking about. So maybe they'll be getting back to you later.
Okay, that's fine. Just my email is my first initial, J, my last name, KNOTT @hamcation.com is the easiest way to sit there, or just send it to info@hamcation.com, and Michael and I both get it. So either way it works.
Well, that's good information. Anybody else?
Next year, for the live event, it's probably also going to be the Florida State ARL convention as well as the national convention. So it's one more thing.
Okay.
This year it was in Tampa, so next year it's your turn.
Okay.
Anybody who's wondering, Barry up there, he's one of the SMs of Florida. And so he's very knowledgeable. And if you've got any questions, you can also fire through him for the ARL stuff, whatever.
You said we should contact you if we're running a convention. Who do we contact, and what information do we give?
It just, if you send an email to either info@hamcation.com, or my first initial is J, last name is not, KNOTT @hamcation.com. Just send me your information. If you're on Facebook, I can get you into the Facebook group. If not, we'll be more than happy to communicate with you guys via email to, you know, if you have questions, or, you know, how do you do this or how do you do that? How can I improve? Whatever the case might be, you know, we'll be more than happy to help, because a couple of the HamFests that we've been helping have done this, and it has helped their growth tremendously. So
yeah, it's kind of scary. It's a whole new world running it all online as opposed to running it live. So we're learning a lot very fast.
It is, because when we made the first original announcement, I'm sorry, I'm also the president of Orlando Amateur Radio Club. When we made the first original announcement on October the 5th, that we were canceling, or as we say, postponing, because it's not so negative, postponing HamCation for a year, we had no intentions of doing an online event. But in a matter of a short amount of time since then, and I'm talking probably a matter of 3 weeks, a decision was made to do an online event, and it was a learning curve. It is totally different than doing a in-person event. So, it's, as we sit there and say, it's a special edition of HamCation. We hope we never have to do a special edition again. We hope that in 2022, we're all back together and in person. And that is, we're just keeping our fingers crossed, you know, that this will be a thing of the past by this time next year. And if any HamFests do happen in person between now and then, support them. As whatever you can do to support them, and don't forget the vendors. The vendors are hurting. They, you know, these HamFests have not happened, and so if you need supplies or equipment or coax connectors or whatever the case might be, you know, think about the vendors you've seen at HamFest in the past and support those vendors because they need the support right now.